Good morning, students. So today we are going to start with the next topic of chapter 5, that is the fundamental principles of management. Basically, the principles of management are the basic guidelines which are being propounded by various management experts and which are being used to run up the various kinds of organizations or the business units. See, the fundamental principles of management are also known through the name the principles of Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol is a person or a famous industrialist of France, has described the 14 principles of management in his book Journal and Industrial Management. The 14 principles are, like, let's do one by one. First one is the division of work. It states that division of work simply means काम को बांटना. That means each work should be divided into small jobs and each job should be performed by a trained specialist to achieve efficient and effective output. Entire organization is divided into separate departments like finance, marketing, etc. See, the division of work is visible everywhere, be it home, hospital, government, schools, business enterprises. So division of work is needed at each and every place. Division of work state that the work should be divided into small parts and each part should be given or performed by a trained specialist which is expert in that. In that case, the entire जो business का output होता है that will become efficient and effective. For example, you will see the division of work in a bank is done on the basis of cash deposit, withdrawal, FD, loans, counter, etc. Again, you will see the division of work in a school, like principal looks at the administration and they're under him or her there are like various departments: academic department, disciplines department, admission, co-curricular, sports, etc. So each of the principle of management has some positive and negative effects, positive and violating effects. That means if you apply that particular kind of principle in the organization, you'll get some positive effects from that, and again vice versa, if you'll not apply that particular principle in the organization, then it must be give you some violating effects. See, the positive effect, first one is the advantage of specialization or obtained. Specialization means जब आप काम को बांटोगे और हर काम को एक पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजिबल करेगा तो बार बार उसको काम को करने में वो क्या हो जाएगा, एक्सपर्ट या फिर स्पेशल. तो वहां से हमें स्पेशलाइजेशन के बेनिफिट्स मिलेंगे. एंड व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द स्पेशलाइजेशन? लाइक increase in the quality of work, increase in the speed of production, and decrease in the wastage of resources. Second, it also increases the work efficiency of the workers because the workers are being able to perform only the work divided or allotted to them, so that increases their efficiency and specialization. And vice versa, if we will not apply these kind of principles in the organization, what are the violating effects of that? First is, again, specialization will not be available and the work efficiency of workers will be reduced. The vice versa of positive will become your violating effect. Second principle comes the authority and responsibility. Authority here stands for the power and responsibility means the answerability or the like जिम्मेवारी जो काम को करने की होती है. See, it means that when a particular individual is given a particular work and he is made responsible for the result, this can be possible only when he is given sufficient authority to discharge his responsibility. That means जब भी हम एक पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजुअल को कोई भी पर्टिकुलर वर्क अलॉट करते हैं तो अलॉट करने के टाइम पे हम उसे उस काम को पूरा करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी देते हैं. एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कैन only be fulfilled if the person is being provided with a sufficient authority to do that particular kind of work. So responsibility जो काम को पूरा करने की तभी able है या तभी possible है उस individual के लिए जब उसे उस काम को करने की पूरी power मिलेगी, तभी वो अपनी responsibility को discharge कर सकता है. Let's do with an example. For example, a sales manager has responsibility to achieve sales target. एक sales manager को sales target achieve करने की responsibility मिली है एंड उसको अथॉरिटी मिली है फ्रॉम द टॉप डिपार्टमेंट, टॉप लेवल, कि वो अपनी विजिट किसी तरीके से प्लान कर सकता है कस्टमर के साथ, वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफर्स प्रेजेंट कर सकता है, वो स्कीम्स दे सकता है कस्टमर को. ही ऑल्सो हैज द अथॉरिटी टू नेगोशिएट विद प्राइसेस टू द कस्टमर. वो प्राइसेस के साथ जो कस्टमर्स हैं उनके साथ प्राइसेस को भी नेगोशिएट ऊपर नीचे कर सकता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द ओन विश. तो जो सेल्स मैनेजर है वो अपनी टारगेट को तभी पूरा कर पाएगा, अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को तभी पूरा कर पाएगा जब उसे सफिशिएंट अथॉरिटी भी रिक्वायर्ड है या उसे प्रोवाइडेड है उस काम को करने के लिए. सी द पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट्स ऑफ दिस प्रिंसिपल. फर्स्ट इज हेल्पफुल इन अचीविंग द टारगेट. It helps the person to achieve the target. आपको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, आपको उसके साथ अथॉरिटी है, तो आप काम को अच्छे से कर पाएंगे. इंक्रीज इन द कॉन्फिडेंस ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज. द कॉन्फिडेंस ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज विल बूस्ट or the morale of the employees will also be boosted. Reason being the person feels satisfied after having that particular power or authority. Employees को जब authority मिलेगी अपने behalf पे, वो जब decision लेंगे तो they will feel confident and they'll feel an important part of the organization. Violating effect first is wrong use of authority in case more authority is given than is needed. पावर जितनी नीडेड है उससे ज़्यादा दे रहे हो तो वहाँ पे काम जो है गलत होगा. अगेन इट गिव्स एन बैड इम्पैक्ट टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. डिक्लाइन इन द कॉन्फिडेंस ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज. आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ अथॉरिटी पास नहीं कर रहे तो इट विल demoral the employees. Next is difficulty in achieving the target in case less authority is given. More authority is also weird for the organization. Less authority is also not suitable. How? आपको कोई काम आपने पास किया है एंड उसके लिए आपको अथॉरिटी की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है और सब कम पावर्स दे रहे हो, वो पर्सन उतनी पावर में या अथॉरिटी में वो काम नहीं कर पाएगा जिसकी वजह से उसके टारगेट्स अचीव नहीं होंगे. Cannot fix accountability of the subordinates in case the desired results are not obtained. Subordinates ऐसे persons which are working on the lower level, superior जो ऊपर काम करते हैं and subordinates जो superior के अंडर काम करते हैं. And accountability here stands for the answerability or the answer to be given to the particular superior for the particular results. See, cannot fix accountability of the subordinates in case the desired results are not obtained. अगर हमारे जो टारगेट्स हैं वो अचीव नहीं होते तो हम सबऑर्डिनेट्स को उनके लिए आंसरेबल नहीं मान सकते. रीजन बीइंग वहाँ पे अथॉरिटी एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के रिलेशंस क्लियर नहीं होते. नेक्स्ट इज द थर्ड प्रिंसिपल्स, दैट इज द डिसिप्लिन. As the name states, discipline means to follow the rules and regulations and to do the work in a fair and effective manner. It means the organizational rules and employment agreement should be obeyed by both the superior and subordinate, which are necessary for the successful working of the organization. Organization की जितनी भी policies हैं, rules हैं, regulations हैं, जितनी भी agreements हैं between the organization and the employees of that particular company should be obeyed and followed by each and every superior and subordinate of the organization for the smooth running of the smooth working of the business. For example, if company has fixed standards for production, wage rate and incentive plan, then the company must pay to its workers according to the targets achieved. अगर company के rules हैं, policies के अंदर प्रोडक्शन के, वेज रेट के, इंसेंटिव, हर चीज़ के फिक्स स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं तो कंपनी को वर्कर्स को उसी अकॉर्डिंग पे करना चाहिए जिस तरीके से उनके टारगेट्स अचीव हो रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स फॉलोइंग द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, पॉलिसीज, प्रोसीजर्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बाय ऑल द पर्सन्स वर्किंग विद इन दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन for the successful accomplishment of the objectives and also for the successful accomplishment and working of the organization. And its positive effects, first is better reputation among people. Those companies who are like following or obeying their agreements or their rules, they have the better reputation among the people or in the eyes of the people. Second is increase in the efficiency of the employees. Workers efficiency will be enhanced because there is no kind of partiality or prejudice with them. They are very clear and fair with the organization. Better labor management relations, same again, if there are no any there's no kind of conflict between the labor and the management is doing fair and equitable with the labor, then their relations will also be clarified. And the violating effect, first is decline in the reputation and efficiency of the employees, and again the vice versa of the positive effects. If we will not follow the rules and regulation, it will decline the reputation and the efficiency of employees will also be reduced. Height of disorder, that means disorder here means the mistakes and the disturbance in the organization, that will be more in the organization if there's no discipline. An atmosphere of doubt and suspicion, blaming on one another, this kind of doubt and suspicion atmosphere will prevail in the organization. And last is decline in the confidence of the employees. It will also demoral the employees, or it will also decline the confidence of the employees. So in today's lecture we have covered the first 3 principles of management. Next we'll do in our next lectures. Thank you, students.